75 years ago, on the 22nd of the 10th, 1936, men and women from all over the world went to Spain. They joined the International Brigade in defence of the Spanish Republic against fascism, for land and for freedom. Fast forward 75 years, the International Brigade Memorial Trust organised the gala to celebrate the anniversary of the formation of the International Brigade. And this right here, after I've finished talking, is my film of the night.
It was one time when mankind came together to fight the good fight. I mean, very literally fight the good fight. It was obvious which side was right in the Spanish Civil War.
They were fighting for a cause they believed in. That's the important thing. The cause they believed in was international justice and equality for everyone.
Used to lie awake before the doorbell, thinking on the next day's bloody fight. Other than the brightness of the Spanish morning, check your gun, your bullets and your bombs. We had comrades from the east and from London, at Cable Street, the ruined Mosley Day. We had miners from the valleys of the Marne, all proud to wear that Kimberley parade.
There was a link from them to those of us who worked in Rock Against Racism and the anti-apartheid movement, back to the people who were fighting against the National Front in the 50s, the Second World War, to the Spanish Civil War. And our role, I think, and it's a very, very important role, is to inform that generation that they are not the first people to have to fight against racism, to fight against prejudice. In fact, it seems to me that every generation has to work out how to deal with racism, with fascism. These people never ultimately go away, but we fight them and we defeat them. And I think that's why we're so proud, so proud of our Spanish Civil War veterans and their families and the sacrifice they made.
The wind rises in the evening, reminds that autumn is near. I am afraid to lose you. I am afraid of my fear. On the last mile to Huesca, the last fence for our pride, think so kindly, dear, that I sense you at my side. And if bad luck should lay my strength into the shallow grave, remember all the good you can. Don't forget my love.
And when you look back and at the International Brigade and the way they participated in the struggle against fascism, it's something that you can draw great inspiration from, because when people see in a different land that there is oppression, that there is a system that is so evil that it needs to be fought, and it went across all the divides, all the class divides, and it wasn't just, it was a struggle against fascism, and that struggle continues to this day.
I was brought up in the 60s and the 70s in Bethnal Green. There was a National Front, Martin Webster, in the 70s. The International Brigades were a point of reference. Some of the people that went over there were from the East End. I'm very proud of that. I think that it was an example of solidarity, internationalism and fighting for democracy.
For a long time they had something called the Pacto de Olvido, the agreement to forget. Well, they're not forgetting anymore, they're remembering. And whenever I start to talk to people about the Civil War and the International Brigades, first of all they're a little bit reticent, but then when they start to open up, there's an amazing kind of wealth of thank you, if you know, for those people who went. And somebody a couple of years back said to me, and he included me, he knew I was on his side, he knew what side we were on, and his family had been on that side in that terrible, beautiful conflict. And he said, we lost the war, but look around, we won. He said, Spain today is as committed to tolerance, freedom, democracy as any place you'll ever go. We will never be fascist again. It will never happen here again.
We're celebrating today the International Brigade, and this poem is called the shoes of dead comrades. On my father's feet are the shoes of dead comrades, gifts from the comrades' sad red widows. My father would never see good shoes go to waste, good brown leather, black leather, leather soles. Doesn't matter if they're a size too big, small. On my father's feet are the shoes of dead comrades, the marches they marched against Polaris, UCS, everything they ever believed tied up with laces. A cobbler has replaced the sole, the heel, brand new, my father says. Look, feel. On my father's feet are the shoes of dead comrades. These are in good nick, these were pricey. Italian leather, see that? Lovely. He always was a classy dresser, was Arthur. Ever see Willie dance? Willie was a wonderful waltzer. On my father's feet are the shoes of dead comrades. It scares me half to death to consider that one day it won't be Willie or Jimmy or Arthur, that one day someone will wear the shoes of my father, the brown and black leather of all the dead comrades.
They came back and they created the welfare state. They created the NHS, created public education for everyone, and created the benefit system, and all that's good, I think, in British society. You shouldn't forget that. It wasn't just about fighting racists and fascists in Spain or in Cable Street or later in Europe, but it was about building a better world.
The liberation of Spain from the oppression of fascist reactionaries is not a private matter of the Spaniards, but the common cause of all advanced and progressive humanity. The artist must take sides. He must elect to fight for freedom or slavery.
Yes, I shook the hand of a man who was a brigader, who actually went and fought in Spain, and actually met Paul Robeson when Paul Robeson went to Spain to show his support and solidarity for members of the International Brigade and the Abraham Lincoln Brigade, who were the Americans who went there. I shook his hand. So I shook the hand of a man who shook Paul Robeson's hand, and it was a great, great honor.
The issue remains the same, the geography changes, the motivation remains the same, the need for protest remains the same, the bravery of the people remains the same. It's simply changed, there's a slight geographical difference, a slight difference in time, but the solidarity shown towards the people of Spain is exactly the same solidarity that should be shown towards the people of Egypt, or Libya, or Syria.
We will always, while we have a breath in our body, fight against fascism and fight against any oppression in any form, any shape or form.
We can draw from their inspiration the fact that you can change your world if enough people believe in it, if enough people want it. But you must be prepared to fight for it, and you must be prepared to go in for the long haul.
Well, you know, these things don't belong at home, they're worldwide. If you believe in freedom of speech and freedom of anybody, it's to fight for it. You realise that, you know, you went in at a deep end, and pleased that you fought for what you believed. Yeah. And that is the whole of life, is fighting for what you believe.
Oh, and it's back to me. I hope you're just as inspired by the International Brigade as I am. Today we need internationalism more than ever. Let's end this film with a song written specifically for this evening by Grace called They Shall Not Pass, or as the Spanish would say, No pasa nada. Oh, before I forget, my name is Sanum Ghafoor, and it has been lovely meeting you. Peace out.
But I wanted to do something that was a bit more than just sort of saying what happened. I wanted to do something that was hopefully commenting on the spirit of solidarity and standing up for other people, even when things don't necessarily affect you. You know, standing up for the rights of other people in a I guess in a humanity sort of way.
You're not my brother nor my countryman, not my sister or my friend, but you're my comrade, be so till the last. They shall not pass, they shall not pass. Now blood is running through the streets of Spain, and London grips in fear. Oh, smell of gunfire, sound of breaking glass. You shall not pass, you shall not pass. Why fight the good fight, fight the good fight? Why not let them burn? I dread the day when the suffering of my fellow is none of my concern. So stand up today that we might save tomorrow. Oh, I know there's a way that we can save tomorrow. Yes, it's late in the day, but we might save tomorrow, you and I shall not turn against my brother for his creed or for his colour, nor the one he calls his lover or his class. You that beckon me that way, you shall not pass. And you who speak of ideology, who speak of people like their pawns, whose motives lie neath frosted glass, you shall not pass, you shall not pass. In the name now of humanity, not left nor right, not black nor white, tear the fascist flag down from its mast. It shall not pass, it shall not pass. Why fight the good fight, fight the good fight? Why not let them burn? I dread the day when the suffering of my fellow is none of my concern. So stand up today that we might save tomorrow. Oh, I know there's a way that we might save tomorrow. Yes, it's late in the day, but we might save tomorrow, you and I shall not turn against my brother for his creed or for his colour, nor the one he calls his lover or his class. You that threaten me that way, you shall not pass. Stand up and speak, it's not a call to arms. Get on your feet, it's not a call to arms. Get on the street, it's not a call to arms, it's a call to helping hand. Why fight the good fight, fight the good fight? Why not let them burn? I dread the day when the suffering of my fellow is none of my concern. So stand up today that we might save tomorrow. Oh, I know there's a way that we might save tomorrow. Yes, it's late in the day, but we might save tomorrow if we try. I shall not turn against my brother for his creed or for his colour, nor the one he calls his lover or his class.